In the last section, we spoke about type systems and Dart. We're now going to move on to the very last line of code inside of our program, the print statement right here. The print function is a built-in function that is included for us by default with Dart. We use this print function to log out any particular value inside of our application. And so in this case, we are printing out the string, my name is, and then this $name thing right here. I think overall the print statement is easy enough and it functions very similar to how print statements in other languages work as well. So let's turn our attention just a little bit to the string right here where we put in $name. This is an example of string interpolation inside of Dart. Whenever Dart sees a $sign like this inside of a string, it's going to try to find a variable defined with the same name as whatever comes directly after that $sign. If Dart is able to find a variable with the same name, it's then going to take the value from that variable and inject it into the string. Now, it's just a little bit more complicated than that in some cases when we want to use string interpolation. So let's talk about one case in which this syntax right here doesn't quite work out so well. As we mentioned just a moment ago in the last section, the string type inside of Dart has a length property associated with it that returns the number of characters for that particular string. So let's try printing out the number of characters inside the name variable right here, rather than just the string itself. So you might think that we could do name.length, like so. But if I run this program, you'll notice that I get an output of my name is Steven.length. So definitely not quite what we were expecting. The syntax that you're seeing over here for $sign and then the variable is only good when we are printing up some very simple value out of a variable. So we can only use $sign and then the variable name if we're just referencing the value of that variable and doing nothing else to it. But if we want to have any type of expression associated with this string interpolation, like say looking up a property on the string, then we have to add in a set of curly braces around the entire expression. So to get this code right here working, I would have to do $sign, curly brace, and then wrap the entire expression with a set of curly braces, like so. So now if I run this code, I'll see my name is, and then 7, which is the number of characters inside the name variable. So again, the rule is that if we're printing out just a variable by itself, we can do $sign and then the variable name. But if we're going to have any type of expression inside of here, we have to use the curly braces. Now, just one last thing I want to mention. If you always want to be completely safe and make sure that this string interpolation always works the way you expect, you can just always choose to use curly braces, like so, even if we're just referring to a simple variable. So if I run this now, I go back to my name is Steven. So again, if you want to be 100% safe all the time, you can just do $sign curly braces. But if you want to be just a little bit fancy, you can certainly omit the curly braces when it's just a variable. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this code snippet right here. Let's continue in the next section, and we'll continue on our next topic.